And when I first started writing these columns 5 years ago, I got a ton of pushback.
Right.
If I dared to say anything bad about Christine O'Donnell, I was a rhino, a sellout, a squish. I think that the timing of this is right in so many ways, including the fact that people are fed up. I mean, when Ann Coulter tweets out something where, I'm paraphrasing, but she said, I don't care if Donald Trump performs abortions in the White House, as long as he has this hardcore anti-immigration policy. That, I think people are finally waking up, and even a lot of conservatives who were hesitant to engage in introspection or sort of criticism of the conservative cause are finally like, yeah, it's time. It's time we do that.
Did we finally reach critical mass?
Somebody needs to like look under the hood and yeah.
So do you think, I mean, all of these very successful and arguably talented faces of the party for the past 10, 20 years, like Rush, like Ann, are they on their way out? Or are we going to have to kind of all live together for the next, decade or so?
That's a good question. I wonder if we're not in the midst of a reordering where you basically have a conservative movement that I would be a part of that believes, in small government, in free trade, that free markets help bring about flourishing, and help humans to basically reach their potential and the most joy, the most prosperity, and a more populist nativist party / movement that basically is for protectionism, wants to build walls, and essentially becomes as I think Ben Domenech said, a European-style white identity politics party.
Right.
And that's what I'm really hoping we don't get to, because I fear that we could be headed to a direction where our politics is no longer decided about based on ideas or philosophy. It becomes essentially what tribe are you in? And so if you're a college graduate or a minority, you just automatically are assigned a Democratic card, and if you are a working class white person, you just reflexively become a Republican. And I think that politics should be about ideas, and we should have this vigorous debate about ideas, and identity politics should not define, your identity should not define your political persuasion.
Yeah, I mean, that's what liberalism does. Let's let them.
I know, and that's the sad part, is in many ways we are aping liberalism.
Right.
And then there's a conservative argument that always says, well, they do it too, or we have to fight fire with fire. I mean, I reject that. Why should we try to emulate the worst characteristics of liberalism?